Today's gospel contains one of the simplest, but one of the most profound prayers of our Christian tradition. And I know for a fact that Father Kotnik has it on a little holy card taped to the mirror in his bathroom, and he says it every morning. Oh God, thank you for not making me like the rest of humanity. I remember hearing a story by a famous priest who was giving a conference. He was a nationally known speaker, and he would travel all around the United States of America and the world, even giving talks and teaching. He had a TV show, and once he was at a conference where, as he said, there were lots and lots of Catholics. In his own words, he was telling what was presumably a group of more conservative Catholics, though I cringe to even use the terms, but he was speaking about this conference he gave full of what he said were liberal Catholics. He said the audience was like 10,000 people, and when it wasn't his turn to speak, he would sit in the rows and listen to other presenters. One speaker who got up was a priest, and he began to speak about hell. He began to tell the people gathered that hell was a doctrine that the Catholic Church had gotten wrong. He began to tell them that hell was a doctrine invented by medieval popes to coerce their subjects into paying their taxes on time. That Jesus didn't really speak about hell. The priest went on to say, an all-loving, all-good, all-merciful God would never send somebody to hell, so he didn't believe in hell. Then a woman leaned over and whispered to the priest sitting next to her in the row, well, he's going to believe in it when he gets there. The crowd laughed, and this renowned speaker priest got the laugh he was looking for. But I remember sitting in the back row, and I like a joke as much as the next guy. I remember thinking, that's not right. He was certainly playing his audience. They were probably a group of committed EWTN-watching Catholics. But he was playing them over and against another group in the church who, for whatever reason and for whatever life experience, didn't believe what the church truly teaches. Are they wrong? You betcha. Does hell really exist? Absolutely, no question. But the priest stands in a pivotal role of being a uniter, a man of communion. And this priest used his role to divide, to be a little bit triumphalistic, a little bit pharisaical. They don't think like we think, so let's make fun of them. And it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I think maybe a lot of us might have that experience of religion, and that's exactly what we see in today's gospel. Religion itself, which is meant to bring us together, religion itself can cause division. It can tear us apart. This was the message St. Paul preached so often. He loved the law. He said, let's keep the law. The law is a good thing. But the law without the gospel means nothing. The rules without the heart don't make you a good person. Your heart has to be in it to win it, so to speak. So I remember a few years back, Dana Carvey had that SNL skit, The Church Lady. She kind of represents this way of being religious. She knows her Bible backwards and forwards, but she doesn't use it to bring people closer to Christ. She uses it to make them feel bad, to make herself feel good. You know, Bishop Fulton Sheen once said, whenever someone disagrees with the faith, the proper response is not to make them feel wrong or to make yourself feel right. The proper response is to give them bread. Religion is designed to foster unity, concord, communion. Its purpose is to bring us together. So what's the problem with this righteous guy in the gospel? We got to go deep here. Lots of people read this passage and hear him say, thank goodness I'm not greedy, I'm not dishonest, I'm not adulterous like everybody else. And our first assumption is to say that the problem is, well, he's not recognizing the plank in his own eye. He is greedy, he is dishonest, he's just not seeing it. No, that's not it at all. St. Luke is very careful with his word choice. We've got to believe that this man is good. He is a good guy. He's probably one of the most virtuous people around, and that is exactly the problem. He's doing all the right things for all the wrong reasons. He's externally fulfilling his duties, but inside his heart is rotten, dead. The law is about love. The law disposes the heart to love, and if the law is not getting at the heart, then it's not working. That's a huge temptation for Catholic people. The world looks at us as the rule religion. It appears as though we have a lot of stupid laws that bind us rather than set us free to live like Jesus. We go to our family holiday gatherings and we say things to our son-in-law like, "You know, Alan, if you don't start going to Mass with Susan, I really hope you like warm weather." And then we've used the rules to cause division and strife. But the rules are practice for the big game. The rules are meant to bend and shape the heart so that it beats every beat in sync with the Sacred Heart of Jesus. The rules are meant to help us love like him. So if the hearts are not changing, then the law is not working. In the same way, sometimes we love the rules. We love to follow them and feel very good about ourselves. We love to say, I must be a very good Catholic. I go to daily Mass. I make rosaries. I tithe 1%. I build Knights of Columbus nativities. I cook the priest's dinner. I'm a confirmation small group leader. I'm in a Bible study. I go to Mass every Sunday. I watch EWTN. I'm a priest. And then we get in the church parking lot and we entertain thoughts of physically doing violence to fellow Christians. I propose it's easier in Catholicism to feel justified by going through the motions than in other religions. We can follow the rules because, folks, we got them. And it's certainly possible to follow them with little interior conversion. And that's not the point of it. I didn't become a priest to perpetuate that type of false religiosity in the world. Rather, we want to look to our publican, our tax collector. Again, we're tempted to think of this guy as not being so bad. We're tempted to think he's just being hard on himself. But again, nope. He was as bad as he said he was. He was probably a terrible, terrible person. No, he really should not look up. He should be ashamed. He's not a guy that lost his cool here and there. He's a serial killer or some manifest sinner, a real bad dude. But what does he say? "Oh God, be merciful to me, a sinner." This is the true spirit of religion, not division, but unity. He recognizes his own unworthiness. Remember, all the saints say that the very first step in becoming a saint is to realize your own unworthiness. The very first stage of the spiritual journey is to be able to say, "I messed up, but I want to keep walking with you, Jesus." This is the very heart of religion, to bring us together, to bring us to God, to bring about communion. The thing about the Roman Catholic religion is, if you do it for the wrong reasons, it's ridiculous. But if you do it for the right reasons, there's nothing more awesome.